Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code. This is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review and Forex Briefing for Monday the 23rd of October 2023. Yesterday we had a race, test 3, we finally got test 3 away, Sunday the 22nd, then we're at Sedgefield on the National Hunt, 205, won 3 horses again. We're on this number 2 Faker, which came second at 4 to 1. We're on the winner number 5 Tom Crean, which won at 11 to 4, and we're also on this number 6 Clondor Pretender, which fell unfortunately as the 7 to 4 favourite. We did a little bit better on the odds, but inevitably the shorter price horse came in, disregarding the favourite there. So we've had 4 tests effectively. We've had a notional test which we didn't pass on, so plus 62 pence, plus £1.90, plus £3.04, and yesterday plus 58 pence. So giving us a grand total of plus £6.14 on these tests. So we haven't missed a beat yet, so that seems pretty promising, although the returns are a little bit lower, but that's inevitable. Sort of risk return, strike rate versus odds, etc. So anyway, racing Monday today then, test 4, and interesting, so drop us a comment if you want the information later in the morning. Test 4, etc. You know the form. So interesting again. This Sedgefield race was a conditional race for conditional jockeys like apprentices on the National Hunt. So as Gordon Gecko says, get them young, smart, and hungry. And I'm coming to the conclusion, or we're coming to the conclusion generally, that that the most reliable areas are amateurs, apprentices and conditional jockeys, which tends to run contrary to popular belief, but we're starting to swing towards that opinion, but the jury's out. It's a little bit early. So anyway, we've got some books to look at. In the comments somebody very kindly said about Braddock's horse racing book. We've actually thought it'd be a good idea to get them out. So we've got Braddock's Complete Guide to Horse Race Selection and Betting. So we've got 2 versions of that. We've got the original version. So I'll get my fingers out of the way. So that's that one. That's the earlier version, and then we've got the 1987 edition for good measure there. Of the same book. Now, what do we know about these books? Well, they're very sort of old school grounding. They really run you gently through the whole process of what horse racing is about. They talk about both sets of codes, National Hunt and Flat. It was a bit prior to All Weather, but you can get the gist of it. So they run chapters through, all the usual stuff like distance, going, class, form, and in the end, and towards the back of the book, the last 20% of it is this chap, what's his name, Braddock, using his selection process on races, and he never misses. He always gets them right. And what is the basis of his selection? Well, he uses the big F for form. So he decides that form is the most important thing, and then he uses fitness for the second F, class and conditions. Now, it's a sort of methodical approach. Now, in terms of fitness, he basically uses the number of days since its last run, and suggests anything over 30 days is iffy. The problem with that is that the training methods have changed since, we're talking 40-50 years ago now. Training methods have changed. The big trainers have got much better facilities, and they can run the horses on almost equivalent gallops to the race course. So the fitness element is debatable if you use 30 days. The form, that's subjective. And you'll find if you try and apply this method, you've got some nasty gaps in your knowledge which don't tend to get filled from his analysis. Class, he uses the value of the race, which again can be a little bit flawed depending on what you're doing, and conditions sweeps up all the rest, distance, going, jockey, you name it. Just throw the whole kitchen sink in there. So anyway, that's the gist of the book. It's not a bad book. It stood the test of time. There's some interesting stuff in there, like race course classes and all the rest of it, and some nice photographs, and it's quite readable, so I wouldn't put you off it. If you can pick up a second-hand copy, well worth a look. But as far as this FFCC, you'll find if you try and apply that, you've got some pretty large gaps to overcome. So anyway, that's where we are. Drop us a line for test 4 if you would please, and we'll see if we can carry on our winning run. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.